In sturdy races derber, Gemini freedom tool. Google leaked a brand new AI model called Gemini Omni, and almost every video you're seeing about it right now is wrong. There's no model card, no announcement, no documentation, just a name buried in a UI a week before Google I/O. And yet, what Google is actually building is far bigger than anyone is telling you. Let me show you what's really happening. This is ToolTap AI. In this video, what Gemini Omni actually is, the 4-layer system Google has quietly been building for 2 years, and why this single move could end the GPT-4.0 era faster than anyone expects. First up, the leak itself, and the one detail everyone keeps missing. The leak. Nobody's reading carefully. Here's what actually happened. On May 11th, 9 to 5 Google reported that a new Omni video model showed up inside the Gemini app with early demos. That's it. That's the source. One leak, 1 week before Google I/O 2026 kicks off on May 19th. No model card, no keynote, no docs, just a name and a UI. But here's the part nobody's connecting, and this is the whole reason this video exists. Google has been quietly assembling every piece of an Omni assistant for over 2 years. They just haven't put it all under one brand yet. Watch this timeline. Gemini 1.0, late 2023. Gemini 1.5, with long context mixture of experts, early 2024. Project Astra, that's real-time camera and voice, May 2024. Gemini 2.0 Workspace, Flash with native multimodal outputs, end of 2024. In 2025, Gemini Live picks up camera and screen sharing. Veo 3 gets baked directly into the Gemini app. Google starts saying the words Universal AI Assistant out loud. By 2026, Gemini is in Android, Chrome, Google TV, cars, XR glasses, Workspace, and cloud. So, when I say Gemini Omni is probably a unification move and not a brand new model, that's not a hot take. That's the only honest reading of what Google has publicly shipped. Quick gut check before we go deeper. Drop a comment with what you think Google announces on the 19th. Brand new model or unification play? I want to see the split. 4 layers that make up Omni. Okay, this is the part most channels skip, and it's the most important part of the video. Lock these 4 layers in. Layer 1, reasoning. The heavy lifter. Long documents, coding, complex tool use. Gemini 3.1 Pro and the 2.5 line. Layer 2, fast and cheap. Flash and flashlight. Runs the bulk of normal workloads without the price tag. Layer 3, live. Gemini 3.1 Flash Live. Real-time voice, real-time vision, streaming over WebSockets. This is Google's direct shot at GPT-4.0's voice mode. Layer 4. And this is the one OpenAI cannot match right now. On device. Gemini Nano running locally on your phone through Android's AI core. No internet required. Lower latency. Your data never leaves the device. Now stack Veo for video generation and Imagen for images on top of all that. Route it through the same Gemini app on your phone, your browser, your TV, your car, and eventually your glasses. And you've got Omni. That's the system. And once you see it as a system instead of a single model, the whole competitive picture flips. Hold that thought. Coming back to it. Everything it can already do. Here's the part that breaks people's brains. You don't need to wait for I/O to see what Omni will do. Every demo already exists, just under different product names. Point your phone camera at something, ask Gemini what it is. Works today. Gemini Live has camera and screen sharing on Android and iOS right now. Project Astra already showed cross-device memory and prototype glasses with cameras, mics, speakers, and an optional in-lens display. Veo 3 is already generating cinematic video with native sound effects, background audio, and dialogue inside the Gemini app. Flow already combines Gemini, Veo, and Imagen into a single filmmaking workflow. So, when Google walks on stage and shows you Gemini Omni doing all of this in one interface, the smart reaction isn't, wow, brand new tech. The smart reaction is, they finally put it in one box. For developers, this gets practical fast. Google's Live API supports 70 languages, lets users interrupt the model mid-sentence, handles function calling, integrates search, and uses ephemeral tokens for client-side security. That ephemeral token detail tells you Google is thinking about real production deployment, not just demo theater. Customer support, tutoring, in-vehicle assistance, smart glasses, robotics. This stack is already shipping into all of it. What would you actually use a real Omni assistant for first? Drop it in the comments. I have a feeling the answers are going to be wildly different from what Google demos on stage. Benchmarks are brutal. Cool demos, fine. But is the model actually any good? Let's go to the numbers, because they're more interesting than I expected. Gemini 3.1 1 per 44.4% on humanities last exam without tools. 77.1% on ARS AGI2, 94.3% on GPQA Diamond, 80.6% on SWE Bench Verified, 68.5% on Terminal Bench 2.0, 86.5% on MMMU Pro, 28.87 ELO on Live Code Bench Pro. That is not Google catching up. That's Google trading punches with Sonnet 4.6 and GPT-5.2 on multiple axes and winning some. But I'm not going to do the lazy thing and dunk on the competition. GPT-4o still owns end-to-end Omni voice. OpenAI published latency numbers of 232 milliseconds minimum, 320 average. Google hasn't published a number like that for Live API. Anthropic still dominates serious coding and enterprise conversations. Meta's Llama 4 is the most aggressive open-weight multimodal play out there. The fair read is this. Google has built a surprisingly complete answer across nearly every modality, while controlling more distribution than anyone else in the race. That's a very different argument from Google has won, but it might be a more dangerous one. The hallucination conversation. There is no single official hallucination rate for Gemini Omni. Anybody throwing out a magic percentage is selling you something. Here's what we do have. Google DeepMind's simple QA verified benchmark. Gemini 2.5, Pro 55.6, GPT 5.2.3, GPT 4.1, 39.9, GPT 4.34.9. On that specific short-form factual benchmark, Gemini is currently the most accurate frontier model tested. But, and pay attention to this, that does not mean hallucination is solved. It does not mean a real-time video assistant pointed at your kitchen won't confidently call a banana an avocado. Factuality depends on the task, the grounding, the prompt, and the benchmark. Be skeptical of anyone telling you otherwise, including Google, including me. The stuff that should actually worry you. This is where the conversation gets real. Stay with me on this one, because it affects you personally. An Omni Assistant isn't a chatbot. It's a system that can see what you see, hear what you hear, remember things across sessions, take actions inside your apps, and generate media indistinguishable from reality. Add glasses with always-on cameras, and suddenly, you're not just thinking about your own privacy. You're thinking about every stranger around you who never consented to being recorded. Google's own DeepMind team has published serious work on the ethics of advanced AI assistants. Autonomy risks, manipulation, over-reliance, the social side effects. They cite their frontier safety framework and red teaming. The real test is whether those guardrails hold at the scale Google is about to operate. And the privacy story is more nuanced than people pretend. Workspace Gemini submissions aren't used for training or human-reviewed. Cloud has zero data retention options, but consumer Gemini activity is different. Some data can stick around for up to 3 years depending on the category. The free developer tier may also be treated differently from the paid one. Take this with you. Don't flatten Gemini privacy into one answer. Check the exact surface, the exact plan, and the exact retention policy. Same goes for any AI tool you use, honestly. Why this ends the GPT-4o era. Here's the strategic implication. The part I keep coming back to. OpenAI has ChatGPT. Over 900 million weekly active users, 50 million subscribers, massive consumer brand. But Google doesn't have to convince anyone to install anything. Gemini is already in Android, in Chrome, in your TV, in your car, in Workspace. Soon on XR glasses. If Google wins the default assistant slot across every one of those surfaces simultaneously, OpenAI's distribution problem becomes brutal. For Anthropic, the threat is different. Google's coming hard for enterprise workflows and agentic coding through cloud and the rebranded Gemini Enterprise Agent platform. Anthropic's run rate revenue crossed $30 billion this year, with over 1,000 customers paying more than $1 million annualized. So they're not exactly hurting. But the temperature just went way up. For Meta, it's philosophical. Open weights and social distribution versus Google's deep integration with closed but polished tooling. Both can win pieces. They're attacking from completely different angles. And for startups, brutal. Generic chat wrapper products get squeezed harder every quarter. If Google bundles voice, vision, memory, generation, and deep app integrations into the surfaces people already use daily, the bar for a defensible AI startup just got dramatically higher. The play shifts to verticals, governance, evaluation, compliance, domain-specific agents, and post-generation workflows. Here's where I land. Gemini Omni is probably not a new magic brain. It's the next phase of Google's plan to unify multimodal reasoning, real-time interaction, generation, and on-device intelligence into one coherent product. One brand, one surface. Many capabilities Google has already shipped separately. If that's what gets announced on the 19th, and I'm betting it is, the headline isn't Google copied GPT-4.0. The headline is Google used the biggest distribution footprint in tech to build the most deeply embedded AI operating layer outside OpenAI. That's not a small story. That's a different game entirely. And that's why this matters more than any model launch. AI is moving from being an app you open to being infrastructure you live inside, on your phone, in your browser, in your media tools, in your car, eventually on your face. The race stopped being who has the smartest chatbot. It's now who owns the everyday layer where intelligence shows up first. Right now, Google is making the most aggressive play in tech to own exactly that. If this breakdown saved you an hour of scrolling through hype videos, hit like, it genuinely helps the channel. Subscribe for ToolTap AI's full I/O 2026 breakdown the second the keynote ends. And drop a comment with what you think Google announces on the 19th. I'm reading every reply. Catch you in the next one.